Good morning and welcome to a seed of encouragement. I got a word, and the word said new horizons, new direction, new discovery. God is trying to take us above and beyond. God is trying to make us look beyond what we are seeing now, to lift our eyes up and see the new place He's taking us. He said to Abraham, if you can look up, if you can count the stars in the sky, and then you can be able to look beyond where you're standing and look farther down. That's how the seed you're going to have. That's how the seed God is going to bless you with. So God is trying to take us from our perspective to a new horizon, to a new place. And I pray that we catch the reminder that God is making you discomfort right now because of where He's taking you to. And it's narrated to a story in Genesis 32 about the eagle. He said the eagle, when the eagle wants to lay an egg, is going to prepare the nest. The eagle is going to make it soft, put feathers, so it will be very comfy for the egg. And the eagle is going to lay its egg, nurse the egg, and when the time for the chicks to come out, they're going to come out. The eagle is going to keep feeding them, giving them all they need, providing for them, making them very comfortable. Then after a while, the eagle is going to, take the chickens down to a very long height, and let them just dive down. And when they dive down, I know the eaglet are scared. They're scared. They're like, what's going on? This is a new territory. This is a new thing. They've been so comfortable where they are, but now their mother is moving them out, because the mother know if he doesn't push them out, these eagles are not going to learn how to fly. So the mother eagle take them out on this trip, down, flew up, and all that, and then he bring them back up there as if trying to catch their breath. They are hiding. They don't want to go anywhere. The mother eagle begin to take off all the feathers in the nest. The mother eagle is making the nest uncomfortable for the eagle so that they can leave. He takes out everything that's making it comfortable for them. And somebody right now, you are in that place where everything is uncomfortable. People that were helping you don't help you no more. Where you used to get resources, you don't get resources no more. Everything is shutting down, and that is God making you so uncomfortable so you can move. Some of you have to move to another geographical location. Some of you have to move up in your spiritual life. God is trying for you to move up in your spiritual life. Paul said, when I was a baby, I take milk, and now that I'm a man, I eat meat. Because some of us have been on baby Christian, just been feeding on milk, but God is saying it's time for you to eat meat. It's time for you to dive deeper. It's time for you to go deeper. It's time for you to begin to look beyond your situation, begin to look beyond you, and begin to see people, and begin to see what God has in you. David said, I lift up my eyes upon the hills, from where comes my help. Because David recognized that I have to take my eyes away from my own perspective and begin to look at Him, the one that created the heaven and earth, the one that understands, the one that knows, and that one is going to give me direction. That's why when David wants to do anything, he's going to ask God, am I going to go, move, or do? He always takes his eye above. He looks up. And that's why he said, my help comes from above. So I don't know what is going on with you, but God is telling me to tell you, God is saying it's a time for a new shift. It's a time for a new horizon. It's a time for you to discover the world in a different way. It's a time for you to understand the spiritual life in a different way. You need to go deeper with your walk with God. You need to go deeper with your study with God. You need to go deeper with what you know with God. It's no longer you sitting there and being fed. Now you've been fed. You feel you need to go out there and begin to do ministry. You need to go out there and begin to evangelize. You need to go out there and begin to pray for people. You need to go out there and begin to talk about God. Because God have spoon-fed you. He have given you this milk of life. And now you have grown. So He wants you to go out there, just like the mother eagle. He threw them out. And when the eagle is about to hit the ground, the mother eagle fly on down and lift them back up. God is trying to tell you that, trust me. Lean not on your own understanding, but acknowledge Him. And He's going to make your way prosper. You need to stop looking at your limited understanding and begin to understand the capacity of what God has embedded in you. And how are you going to discover new place? How are you going to go into new borders? How are you going to widen your horizon? How are you going to widen your understanding if you do not study his word, if you don't spend time with him, if you don't meditate with him? And God, now you feel this shut door. You try to get into this job and there's so much shut door. That is the will of God trying to say, that's not the job I want for you. That's not what I want you to do. You're doing this thing, you keep doing it, and you've done everything you know how to do about it, and it's not prospering, it's not going forward. It's time for you to sit back and let God lead you. He said the feet of the righteous, he leads. He guides the righteous. That's why when you fall, the righteous fall how many times? God lifts them back up because he's the one leading their path. If only you can acknowledge God, if only you stop leaning in your own limited understanding, acknowledge him in his word, and he's going to lead you. Like David will ask God, can I go? And God will say, go. If you go, you will overcome. Why not ask God? Why are we always using God as a plan B? Why not have God as a plan A? Why not make God your plan A, your all and all? That you tell me, say, to bring the vision to me, make the vision plain, that he that run it will see. He said, it might tell you, but he will make it come to pass. He said in 2 Corinthians that you are a new creation, that all things are passed away. The new is now. The new, he said, God is trying to bring the new out of you. And God is not going to pour any new thing in an old thing. He said, you have to wash the cup. You are the skin, the wine, right? You're not going to pour a new wine in the old skin. You're going to wash it, make it clear before you're going to pour it in there. So that's how God is trying to clean you from your old way of thinking, from your old way of doing things, from your old way of understanding. God is trying to bring a new perspective, new idea into you, but you linger on comfort because you comfort. That's why the mother eagle begins to take all those things that's making the eagle very comfortable in the nest that they don't want to fly. Mother eagle knows they have to fly. And when the eagle begins to learn how to flip his wing and begin to fly, the eagle begins to enjoy. The eagle now can go hunt for his fish. The eagle now can go and do all those things. The eagle start taking care of himself, and the eagle know now that, I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. And that's what God is telling us this time. That we sit back, we don't have to venture beyond and above. We just want to remain in a place of static. We want to be static. We just want to remain in this place where God is calling you for kingdom building. God is calling you to go out there and evangelize. God is calling you to go to different places and talk about him. God is calling you to take that business to go to, that business is being limited. It has to go to PLC. God is telling it's time for you to advertise what he has put in you. God is saying it's time for you to showcase that talent. But you're still holding the talent. You're still comfortable. You're still comfortable in this place you are. Jacob was never comfortable. Jacob was so blessed, but Jacob still went to look for his brother. And Jacob was praying that God, because Jacob had lived with this condemnation in his life, lived with like, I've never measured it. I asked, he prayed all night and said, God, if only you're gonna bless me, if only you're gonna take these thoughts, this my limited thinking out of me, for me to understand that I am blessed, I'm preferred, I'm established, and my brother will still see me and still love me, my family still like me, my family still like me. He prayed all that, and God, he wrestled all night and got his breakthrough. Then we are so comfortable in this zone, we don't want to venture anywhere, we don't want to go anywhere. God is calling you in politics, you don't want to go. God is calling to be the head of the church, you don't want to go. God is calling you to open this school, you don't want to go. God is saying to build up that NGO, you don't want to go. God is telling you speak about that we are putting into about battered women, you don't want to talk about it. God is calling you, that man, to talk about family, you don't want to talk about it. God is calling you to speak. But no, you're too fearful. That's why he told Jeremiah, do not say that I'm a baby, I cannot speak. Because he said, you have touched your mouth, he has put fire, and it's burning into you. God has put those things, it's burning into you. You're suppressing, you're telling God, I'm scared, I'm fearful. What can I do? But God is telling you, I got you. I got you. I'm not going to let you fall. Like the mother eagle is not going to let the eaglet fall to the ground. The mother eagle is going to swim under the eaglet and hold the eaglet and keep on training the eaglet until the eaglet can be able to begin to fly by himself. That's what God is trying to do. God is trying to train you to be able to do this by yourself, to stand by yourself, to stand firm and know that I got you. When he says move, you move. When he says stand, you stand. But we are too fearful to even adventure in new things that God is calling us to do. How are you going to see life when you don't want to look through life from the lens that which God is seeing it? You can only going to see your life in the full capacity of who God has called you to be when you begin to look at the lens that which Jesus sees you. He sees you, he knows you, he formed you, he created you. He said, I've formed you, I've created you, I've called you to be my prophet in this land. He said, wherever I've planted your feet, you're supposed to have dominion. But there you allow things to dominate you. Instead of you to have dominion wherever your feet touch, you allow fear to dominate you. You allow things that you have power over to dominate you. You allow your thoughts to dominate you. Where the word of God has told you that any thought that is raising himself above the knowledge of God in your life, that you should pull it down. He said he has given you authority, Luke 10:19, to trample upon snakes and scorpions and everything, and nothing shall be by any means harm you. God has given you that authority. God has given you everything. But you're so fearful to execute. You're so fearful to activate. When are you going to begin to live the lavish life that God has given you? God said you are the head, not the tail. He said you are the apple of his eye. He has been leading you. But when are you going to let the world see? When are you allowing fear and everything that the devil is bringing to your mind limit you from where you're going? You know you have outgrown this particular career you are. All you need to do is to learn, get some little study online and then get a certificate for being certified for it and move forward. But no, you're so fearful to do it that you are stuck in one place. You are demoting yourself. Yet God said the snare is broken, that we have escaped like the bird. We are free, but you don't want to live in freedom. God said he has set you free from this condemnation. Don't go back there. But no, we keep going back there because it's too comfortable for us. God said, I've set you free. You should be free. I said, you are a new creation. All things have passed away. Now you are new. Live in the new. Live in the new horizon that God has brought you. Step up. Level up. And live the life that God has called you as a child of God. Be the head and not the tail. Be the giver and not the borrower. Call upon him that he's teaching you to begin to implement. God says it's the time for us to rise up and begin to see life from his own lens so we can enjoy this life that he has given us. Let's make this affirmation. I will lift up my eyes upon the hills from where comes my help. My help comes the Lord who makes heaven and earth. In my affliction, I cried out to the Lord, and he heard me and delivered my soul. Unto thee, O Lord, would I lift up my soul and lift up my eyes, he that dwelleth in the heavens. My soul escaped like a bird. Oh, the snare is broken from the folder, and I'm free and I'm set free. I am a new creation, and all things are passed away, and now is new. Today, I choose to walk in faith, allowing Jesus to shape my horizon and how I see things and people. Today, I choose to lift up my eyes and acknowledge Jesus as my everything. I love you. Have a wonderful day.